Yep. I bought this bike from the original owner. He was fortunately ripped off in the process of the restoration, and the guy who did it for him stole a bunch of parts. So, and with the lube, that's what you guys want to use.
Lube. Guess what it does?
It lubes your cable.
Pretty smart. Helps lubricate your pivots too.
Now I'm just wondering with the bearings and everything, he probably hasn't greased anything on this bike.
I haven't seen any lubricant yet.
Yeah.
Try to work some lube in the cable up here if you can.
Yeah.
It's got a plastic liner in it, I see.
You want me to just start?
See the red thing in there?
Yeah.
It's got a plastic liner in it. Ooh, that one really gets lube on it. Cables break right up here on top because there's no lube. Now this is bouncing around. It's supposed to be held over here with a bracket. I'm sure they have one somewhere, but it's not on the bike. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing up here. We're going to
Work it in from the bottom.
put some lube in here. It looks like it hasn't had any in
Ever.
a couple days.
Couple decades.
It ain't that old. At least get a little bit of something on there. Just pretend that you've got something on there. The excess. Okay, let's go see what we're going to do now.
Okay.
Okay, now we know this is going to go over here like this.
Yep.
Now it's just a matter of what we're going to do about all this hanging out here like this.
I said we go through the fuel line, give it a place to.
Going through here is probably good. This retention with a lot of flex.
Right.
You don't want to retain it with this right there. It doesn't have any flex. If you move the bike, you want to have some flex. You see, now we're on the outside of this, so it's not going to have any of that. Some people wouldn't like that though. You turn the bike the other way and see what it does that.
Way better than what it was.
Now it bends it that way out. So I don't like this being out here where your foot is.
Right.
The other thing that you don't see is the fork lock over here.
Uh-huh. Switch on that.
See how it's getting friendly over there with that?
Yep.
Like right there. You don't want to have that sticking inside of your fork lock. It's not a good place for it.
Maybe we should start zip tying it down the.
Now this here is supposed to be retained with a fender bracket, so this isn't hanging out the wind either.
That fender's.
So at least put a zip tie around the damn thing to hold it in. Or there's supposed to be little brackets that you can put up on these things, kind of hold things a little bit. I'd put a zip tie right through here to hold that so it doesn't keep flipping out. And this one here, we can run it through the back side of this one. Yeah. So you retain that one will be retained also.
What's a set of good front fenders bringing in these days for this bike, man?
You can still buy original fenders for $200-300.
Okay.
Most of me find are dual guys.
Right.
Some early ones pop up every now and then.
Or just zip tie it, huh?
I don't like using zip ties. You got plenty of other crap you can go through to retain your stuff. A bunch of damn plastic baling wire on your bike. Just this kicks it out. And I like it.
What if we run it behind?
No, you want it out of the way. I want it to be near the lever, not behind the lever.
Okay.
Because see, this is going this way. It's not going inward.
Right. Don't want to kink it.
It's just a matter when you turn the bar is what's going to happen. Now we're not going like we were.
Right.
When you pull it that way, you got room to go that way. When you come back, see how it's not being put where the 4 o'clock is anymore?
Yeah, it's tucked away
This
now.
here cable here is, but it's not low enough. It's clears. So we just need to put a zip tie up right through here. Right, just to retain them. Don't hold them tight. Just a loop.
Right.
Like this. You just want a loop so it can flex. Whenever you try to retain a cable, it makes it bind up. So I think this is probably where we're going to go, is right like this. If you put it behind this, it's just going to rub on it and eat through it.
Eat through it.
It'll be fine. So now you got to figure out you're going to reinstall this back into here.
Oh, that's easy, man.
How's that?
Just don't slide it in.
Let's do that.
Yep. That's it.
It's not really in a hole. Should be a hole or something goes into, and it's not doing that. Supposed to drop into a hole. I'm not sure how that bracket's made. It's probably not, doesn't have a hole to drop into, I bet.
Probably just rides in there.
So right now, see how the straightness makes it go up that way?
Yeah.
Which I don't particularly like that much.
Oh, yeah, and I also forgot to tell you, it's got a belt drive in it.
Oh, the shocker.
Yeah, there's no chain. It's probably better. It's got its pros and cons. I kind of wish it still had the chain in there, but I just want them to be original.
Well, there's a big hole back there.
Is there?
Yeah. It's not going to go in it though. This is not the right cable. It's not supposed to have a ball in it. It's supposed to have a barrel. Oh, there it goes. It dropped in where it was supposed to be that time.
On video.
Oh, I forgot to put the nut in there though. Nice American metric China nut on here. It kind of looks like an American part, but it's not. Okay, now let's see what's happening here.
More free play.
We don't have. I don't know if there's any free play in here though. We haven't got that far into this thing yet. You'll make sure you got free play down here first, then you'll worry about up top. And I know you've checked that, right?
I'm not.
You were delinquent on doing your maintenance, you mean? Is that what you just said? You didn't just say that on camera, did you?
Well, I literally just bought the thing.
Oh, you're blaming it on that again.
2 months, and I looked around with the carb and brought it over to, got it to run, but then it's...
Okay, so now we get to go playing with this junk. Where's my smallest screwdriver?
The primary
That one.
clutch inspection cover.
Well, we're working on the motor, so you know we're making the bike run better. We're not quite there yet, though. We're working on it. We worked on the coil. I guess that was part of the motor.
Yeah, oils.
We just kind of got stuck on some other stuff.
Big deal.
Chain's a little loose too. Does the chain rattle against the bike a little bit?
No. I mean, I haven't ridden the thing like...
Chain's already worn out.
I wonder why. China.
It's got oil in the primary already. Which had a belt drive in it. Still got the breather blow inside the primary.
They probably didn't even block it off.
You don't block it off, you reroute it.
Or reroute it, yeah.
You have to have it.
Wow. There's probably oil going all over the...
Well, it's got oil over here on it. That bottom screw's got oil on it, so what's that tell you?
What happens if you block it off? Is it going to shoot out somewhere, blow out a seal somewhere in the motor?
It's going to find some place to relieve itself.
Relieve itself.
Probably not where you're going to want it to.
Yeah.
So what do you got straight here and Phillips through here?
I'm having to explain for some...
They got the wrong springs. Yeah, they got the... Well, it's the hand clutch springs. Why'd they pack them in until they bought them out? Get these things packed in there all the way in. See how they're coil bound already?
Yeah.
Boy. What the hell they got going on? The clutch slip real bad? What's up with that? Every time I touch something else is wrong. What's up with that? Way packed in there. They're basically bound out.
So basically the clutch is engaged.
They got a lot of spring tension on it, so I'm not sure why. Okay, let's see what they did with the clutch here. Okay, so see how this is loose?
Yep.
See how the screw was tight? That's because there's no free play in the clutch. They got it completely bound up.
It did kind of want to move forward when the clutch
Well, the clutch
was...
is slipping and they're putting tension on it, but it's still slipping because they don't have any free play in the system. So this is supposed to be like way up over here someplace. See, that's why I was suspicious. The screw is normally way out the end, not where you had it. Normal position is way over here. Let's try that now. It doesn't really matter whether this sits within reason as long as it's got clearance on it. The lever bottoms out so it gets the top of the tranny if you got too much, put too much free play in it, basically.
And Tatro, when you're adjusting these rear Wheels, do you go same measurements on both sides? Or you just go for the angle?
I only make sure the wheel's straight.
The wheel's straight.
I don't care about what all the dimensions are.
Okay. I asked some people, they're like, no, it goes off the dimensions, and I was like, this doesn't look straight.
I think I want to put a zip tie around this line to hold it. That might pull that line out too.
Okay.
I don't know what they're doing down here with this clutch. How many plates were in this thing?
Tell you.
I got 5 in there, or only got 4? 3.
Never had it apart. Never had the primary cover apart.
See those free plates? You know, put tension on this. That's how much free plate we got with it. Supposed to be turning that by hand easy.
It's supposed to be an easy turn.
Just releasing all the way. It's not releasing all the way because it's some crap. We're developing more free play. See how much free play we got again?
Yeah. That's too much, right?
Well, we keep gaining something, so I'm not sure why something's flexing a lot. Where all that's coming from, I don't know. So lever's a long ways from where it's supposed to be. So it's on here. Make sure this plate's coming out evenly too.
Measure
No.
those distances?
I'm looking at this plate, not this plate.
Oh, okay. Not the pressure plate.
Pressure plate is right there. That's
Oh,
the outer pressure.
Or the outer pressure. Okay.
That's the spring pressure plate. That's the pressure plate.
That's the actual pressure.
Some free play there. A lot of flux and everything.
Better.
Kind of releases.
I think it could be from sitting as well.
No, not in this case. Alright. See the cable's going straight now?
Yep.
Lining on everything.
No binds, no kinks.
You rotate it, kind of stays put in
Big difference.
And this line going this way is pretty straight. Not doing this fucking crap like this.
Right.
And the shifter's got clearance and it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Making progress already.
Now this, to adjust this for your riding position, this is probably way too high to ride it, I bet.
Yeah.
So So that is adjusted by this and by this bolt.
By that bolt.
So my guess is this thing needs to drop down about 2 inches down.
That's what it is.
And this is probably, oh, they welded it.
No. Oh man.
It's welded.
Hack job.
So that means you can't
Adjust
make
it
that
from
work
there.
correctly.
Have to go from the linkage.
You have to do it all up in here. I don't know how much is up in here.
Probably has room to show some more threads. Maybe. Oh. Okay, man.
What? Breaking my head on a sharp edge.
Suckers are sharp. Got me in my back the second day.
That's because you have that
Custom crap.
OE early lever. It's a safety ball. That looks like crap.
Right?
Safety.
Safety.
Key word. So now, so you got a lot more room to work on this now.
Yeah. Big difference.
It's going to take an hour of bullshit to do it. Of course, we got this loose, but this is tight.
Right.
Because if you were rusted, it's bottomed out on the shifter. Let's see which one it is. Well, I'd like to know how much I'm working with.
Woo!
Okay, we want to have at least 5/16, one nut in there. So we have an inch to work with almost.
That's exactly how much I put in for the back brake on the chopper that I built. It's like, is this enough? I was like, yeah.
Not really, but
Not really, but because it's no front brakes on that bike. And it's thinking of getting a longer cable, but no one makes one.
or not custom make anything you want.
Right. Yeah, my shop's being built right now. It's using a 12 by
We made a
12.
small adjustment.
Yeah. Shifter is way lower.
All right, let me see my camera. All right, get your butt up on there. See if you can shift it. I think it's blown way up.
Yep, perfect.
Fits on there, a little tightness. Perfect.
Fits the boots. Yep.
It's made like it's made for it now.
Made for it. Custom tailored.
There you go. Okay, it can go down another 1/8 of an inch. We have
No,
some more
no,
thread,
it's
but
perfect.
it looks like it's pretty good there.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay.
Any more, it'd be hard to.
Let me finish
size
tightening that
14s
down.
under there.
And the clutch is pulling out halfway decent. All right, here you go.
Okay.
Remember, work on the motor, not the bike.
Tatro, what do you think of a torque wrench?
So we adjusted that much. Just a small change, nothing serious.
Nope.
Let me make sure that's not binding when it goes on there, but there's enough slop and all this shit, it doesn't matter. Okay, now we make sure we don't bind again. We're not hitting on the outside. And we're not hitting on the inside.
Clear.
We're not hitting the nut, not hitting the cables. Must be something wrong. Okay, there you go. Now we can work on the other side of the bike.
Huge improvement.
Yeah, this side's done for now.
Okay.